All right, Shadow, pick up. Which one? That one? Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT.
We're sorry we're a little bit late. It must be Mercury Retrograde.
Well, it turns out, Mercury Retrograde like, our new microphone cord does not seem to be working with our microphone, even though it fits.
It failed.
So it failed, and we had to make a quick switcheroo. And hopefully this one will work. If we lose sound, just let us know, and we'll work on it.
So Mercury Retrograde.
Happy Mercury Retrograde, and happy Sunday, everyone. We got back from a great party we were at last night with some of our old pagan associates, Wiccan associates.
Some sort of post-plague picnic.
Yes, and the person who hosted it made these wonderful shirts for us. I don't know if you can see Mr. O's, but it's got things on it like, were you Team Moderna or Team Pfizer? Lockdown, burnout, what's that one there? I can't read it, Mr. O, but I'll look at mine. The doctor was in 2020, 2021. It's got a toilet paper roll. It's very, very cute. And a mask, of course. Such fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was great to... It was a little daunting for me because this was actually the first time since most restrictions have lifted for us in our area that we attended an event outdoors event where people were unmasked, and it was a barbecue party, and people wanted to rush up to me and hug me right away.
I was like, I can't.
I let some people hug me because I just did, but it felt really nice to be there with everybody. And if they're happen to be watching, you never know. Thank you so much, Diane, Mike, Kimberly.
Great time.
And it was good to see everybody else there. Kelly, Maura, Mara, Fig, others, Jim. So thank you.
If you look at our, our YouTube, cover page, basically that TFT Tarot for Today, Sunny, hey, those images.
No!
Stay here. Wow, good shout, Mr. O. Those images in the TFT Tarot for Today are by Figment, who did artwork for his own personal tarot deck, which is really nice. And so we had a great time. And we're ready to roll here today. And in honor of yesterday, because a friend of ours bought me this deck that was there, Mara will be using the Urban Crow Oracle for the collective today. Such a good choice to have bought for me.
I swear we have the neediest cat in the world. Yes, I'm talking about you over there.
Thank you, Mama T. It was a great time. And by the way, speaking of great stuff, here's this wonderful pendant that I got from Mama T that I'm wearing. I was going to wear all green today, but then we decided, no, let's wear our T-shirts. So we did that.
Post-plague picnic shirt.
Yeah. But anyway, I love this pendant. It's just awesome.
And I have the Evil Eye pendant from Mama T. And Mama T, go ahead and post your link. If anybody's interested in buying some of the wrapped jewelry and items, go ahead. You can communicate with her. We like featuring people's stuff when they give us
I'm not going to let you shuffle. Like you get to pick, art. Mr. O.
That's right.
So it's on you, our fate.
Alrighty, here we go. That sounds kind of dreary.
Well, the Urban Crow is a little bit darker. A little bit. What do we got? But we've got gifts today.
We have gifts.
Woohoo!
Woohoo on
Who
gifts.
doesn't like that? And speaking of gifts, like I said, this deck was a gift to me. So
right now, Sunny Cat is giving me the most guilt-inspiring look. Like, how could you do this? How could you shout at me?
He's angry.
And
He'll be
walked
back.
away.
Trust me. We'll give him his own little cameo when he returns. All right, so gifts. One thing that just makes my heart sing is when I discover a foreign object on my balcony. One time it was a bright green cap. Another time it was a very long stick. Crows express gratitude and appreciation. Gifts ask that you take a moment to make someone's day by dropping off a gift. And we were gifted these shirts. So, that's awesome. Anyway, a nice message for the collective. Absolutely.
All right.
And probably one of the happier ones in here.
Yay, gifts indeed.
All right. So, speaking of which, what kind of tarot decks do you have today? Because I've got a boodle to talk about.
Okay, I have my Tarot of the Northern Shadows, and that's the Fool from that deck. Nice colors. And then I have my Nefertari, the Egyptian themes with golden shininess, and that's the Four of Pentacles from that deck, and I like it because it's so reflective. And then I haven't brought it on the set for a while because I've been using it exclusively on my other show, Goth Tarot. But I brought my Crow's Magic Tarot, a lovely deck I've had for a long time, and I love it. And this is the Four of Cups, and it has a lot of more shamanistic type elements about it. You, Banshee?
Well, let's start with the Mermaid's Tarot by Lisa Robertson and Julie Dillon. And now that doesn't look very mermaid-like, does it? It's the Ace of Wands, beautiful fiery card. But they do as a theme for fire underwater volcanoes. So, which is a nice concept. Okay, and then I have Lisa Hunt's Animals Divine. Here is the Page of Pentacles in that deck. And then I have the... wait a minute, that was the Animals Divine. Okay, I'm mixing up my decks again, which is not a good thing. Excuse me while I write that wrong. All right, and after that I have the Fairy by Barbara Moore, the Fairy Tarot. That is the Five of Wands. I'm not sure who the artist is on this deck. I will have to look that up at some point. And finally, that was the Mystic Fairy Tarot. Did I get everything? I got the mermaids, that.
Good enough.
Oh, no, I did not. Because woof woof, we got the dogs. Here is the Eight of Swords. And finally, making an appearance today is the Reflective Tarot, which is this beautiful, not like a real small mini deck, but an in-between mini deck, I guess. But with beautiful shine and colors that kind of pop. So we'll be using that today too. And then the Lenormand cubes are here.
I wanted to say, wow, man.
Wow.
So I see Libra has their question.
Okay, yes, Libra, because you are indeed first.
Number one.
And then after that is Angel Mary, My Sweet Christina, Mama T, Afshan, Angel Rivera, Lisa, Greg. Hey, good to see you again, Lisa. Gina, Sonali, and Deep Shika. Good to see everyone today.
Alrighty.
So let's roll.
So I got my deck out, and I'm going to use the golden Nefertari.
Well, that's just pure gold, Mr. O.
Solid gold, as we
Solid
used to
gold.
say.
Also, today we got a couple of backdrops that I got from the Fire Spell store on Twitter not that long ago. This is nice, and it's reversible. It has a nice green color underneath that you will see. Maybe you'll see that for my Material Matters segment. We like to go green there.
Yes. Very nice. So this was definitely a 2 pots of coffee morning.
That's all? This was very low for Mr. O.
I'm doing it.
Especially since we stayed up so late. Oh my goodness.
We were pretty late with our party friends.
I told you.
Wow.
He went through the camera too, so you could see Mr. Sun is not messing around today.
Hi, Laura. Good to see
Laura.
you too.
Good to see you in between.
Did everybody see that flash through there? That was the sunny man. He just gallivanted through.
He makes his own presence known.
He actually did knock over the camera, so that's like a miracle itself. Okay, so we have the back to Libra. We have the
Well,
Nine of Swords.
The only one upright we get is the one I don't want to see upright, figures. But this one, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed.
Oh yeah, I drink coffee in the dead of summer or the heat of summer. Sometimes I will switch to tea, but it has to be two things. It has to be really hot, and if I get a summer cold or a summer allergy, I can't stand the taste of coffee when my respiratory is all messed up like that. So I usually will switch to tea because I got to have my caffeine. Okay, anyway. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, nothing. Oh, you wanted me to go first? I thought you were just going to jump right in. The Nine of Swords, you know, it's interesting looking at this combination of cards together here. Because I'm kind of feeling like there's some work you need to do, Libra cusp, up and coming. It may be on your material financial affairs, or just maybe on something that you really want to grow. You know, whether it's grow your finances, grow a business, grow something in your home, environment. But something is holding you back. There's worries and anxieties that are just holding you back. And so, nothing much is happening until you deal with this. I think this work has to do with, with this. You have to work on figuring out what it is, why you have these fears of moving in a certain direction or an inability to move forward.
Hi, Lena. And
hi, Lena.
I'm going to take a little different tack from Banshee because I'm actually wondering if maybe the concern expressed by the Nine of Swords is maybe about a situation that you're not exactly involved in, but enough to feel concern over that. Somebody else's struggles in education, learning, or financial endeavors of some sort, because it's Pentacles. And so I'm wondering if maybe this is saying that holds you back because it's a concern you don't need to have right now. You need to focus on your own concerns. And this may be somebody that you care about, but maybe this struggle isn't really one for you, or it's sort of a combination between of what we've indicated.
Well, it's interesting because, I gave you what my first observation was on these cards, Libra, but I can also see something else here, not quite lined up with what he said, but close. I mean, I really see this more as relating to you in some way. I feel like, there is a lack of movement towards something. You're worried about it too. I feel like you're worried about something that is stagnating. It's not growing. Whether it is a financial concern. So I guess I'm going back to what I said really now that I think about it. Whether it's a financial concern or whether it's about a relationship, it's not moving forward the way you would like it to, something like that. Maybe it's something with your children, but it may be that the worry is unfounded. Oftentimes with the Nine of Swords, these are self-doubts and anxieties, but are they real? So I think you need to analyze this, and determine what's real and what's illusory. What are you just wasting too much time worrying about instead of doing something about?
Well, it sounds like we have to do the Lenormand in order to get a little clearer insight, perhaps.
I've got one here, Mr. O.
And you pulled
The Garden.
And I pulled the Coffin. Whoops.
Wow. Well, wow. Sometimes, I'm just going to say this, sometimes that could indicate a cemetery. That could indicate, that there might be a funeral.
Oh.
But yes, because that's...
Right, it makes sense, of course.
That it may be more so with the cross, actually, because the cross is actually, grieving.
That symbol.
Right. Yeah. But I have to throw that out there. But what I do see here is maybe you're worried about some stagnation or stifling with your connections, with people, your inability to communicate with someone. So I'm wondering if that does fit into this in some way here. What do you see here?
Well, maybe if I'm going to pull them together a little bit, but look at this as the more factual thing, the thing that you might be apprehensive about or have anxiety is maybe something that gives you the idea of the end of a social life, like that maybe involvement in certain circles or certain circles of friends or a social presence or whatever, online or offline. Maybe you're worried that it's ending, or you're thinking it's going to end. I mean, maybe you want it to end too. Maybe that's part of what is coming towards you. I'm not exactly sure, though, that I see that tie into the other cards. But maybe it does indicate too that just, something going on with access and finances might be a part of where, your disillusionment or you're wanting to change with a social life or a current social life is going to end or change big time.
Yeah, so I think, because this was about what was coming. So it is kind of what you're going to be focused on and you're going to be worried about. But something seems like maybe it has to change to come to a new beginning.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, good luck with this.
Good luck.
We wish you the best.
Yes. Thanks, Libra.
And we're moving on
and
to Angel
Lena,
Mary.
we do have you, so we're putting you on the list. Don't
You're
worry.
already on the list. We'll go through it right now.
All right.
We're on Angel Mary, and then My Sweet Christina, Mama T, Afshan, Angel Rivera, Lisa, Gina, Sonali, Deepshika, Elora, and Lena.
All right.
All right.
So that was my deck, so it's your turn.
Okay. Is there a question already?
Not yet.
Okay. I got a deck.
I think I see it.
Got me a deck.
So yes, Angel Mary. All right.
Well, let's just use the new kid in the block. It might be a little tricky shuffling, Mr. O. As they need, maybe I should. Let's see. They may need to be broken in just a little bit.
I'm going to take the handy dandy cough drop, as my throat's a little tickly.
Yeah, I'm having problems handling it. I'm going to use a different deck. Just make an executive. Well, it's really tough for me to ruffle.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if we can break that one in a little better. Let's use this new deck.
And our cameras don't exactly pick it up, but Mr. Sunman is sprawled all over the deck right in front of Banshee.
Well, you'll have to do a sunny cam. And if
I can try one. There you are.
Look, he's showing off for the camera.
Beautiful. The vast length of cat.
He takes up a lot of real estate here.
Yes, he does. Okay, I think I got
All right,
that
Mr. O.
So you see we're going to the dogs, eh?
Yes. Woof woof. Gotta use them at least one more time. Maybe by next week I'll have this reflective one broken in better. I think that's all the freaking decks I'm going to get for a while. I did support a couple of Game Crafter projects, or not Game Crafter, Kickstarter. So maybe later in the summer I will be getting some of those.
And you already shuffled.
And that's pretty much it until the Owl Tarot comes out. I must get the Owl Tarot, Mr. O. I'm sorry.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Sonny is cute, even if he is a little bit
Hey.
needy and whatever.
Okay, what do we have here? Something's happening. Let's just say, Angel Mary. We have that's the Six of Cups, correct?
Yes, the Six of Cups.
We do have the Five of Swords reversed. And we have the Six of Swords upright.
Okay, you're asking about what's coming to you, and I immediately have a sense...
No, that was, what's coming to me when I will immigrate to Romania. Okay.
And I immediately have a sense of a certain level of homesickness, a little bit because of that Five of Cups, or Six of Cups, rather.
Six of Cups, yeah.
And then maybe with the Five of Swords combining with it, maybe you're looking a little bit too, as you're just feeling a little bit conflicted, a little bit anxious with, adjusting to your new surroundings. So there's a little bit of homesickness there.
But it's a better move.
It's a better move for you. And if you feel like you are established in that move, then I get the sense that you'll try to visit home, and that will sort of help, will sort of bore you a little bit.
Well, I like what he said about the Five of Swords there, so I don't know that I would add anything to that. You know, this feeling of trying to acclimate, and maybe, you know, you really got to kind of find your place there. The 6 could be indicating, you know, to me, maybe not so much a homesickness, but a
And that's an American concept too. Maybe you don't understand it the same way Americans might. Go on. Sorry.
No, I think that's perfectly valid. I'm just looking at it a little bit differently, and I think that it might indicate a feeling of wishing you could go back to simpler times. Because, you know, it may not be as easy as you expected to acclimate there, and, you know, I think that you might just wish things were like they used to be, you know, on that level. So not so much a homesickness as, gee, you know, this is kind of tough and a challenge.
Well, yeah, I just want to say I sort of thought that the concept of being homesick was more of an American colloquialism, so that's why I just wanted to say that.
I think everybody could feel homesick from leaving their
They may
home.
say it differently.
That's true. So, but the 6 here, the 6 of Swords, indicates to me that this is you're moving to better conditions. You're moving to a place, well, you know, in this case, because of the 5 reversed, I'm not sure it's going to be all that tranquil. It's going to be a little rocky at first, but I think ultimately it is in your benefit to do this.
It's interesting to note that, of course, you have 2 6s. They're
Yeah.
framing the middle card. So I kind of like that. Let's throw our Lenormand in.
You go
My
first,
turn
Mr.
first.
O.
And you. And I drew the Child.
Wow, that goes right in with that 6 of
Yeah, in a
cups.
way. In a way it
Oh,
does.
look.
And you drew the Sun. So even though I'm going to say, you know, it's maybe like your adjustment to really enjoying yourself there and feeling, you know, brightened by it will be maybe a couple baby steps. I'm going to just say in my intuitive way, I'm thinking, you know, by the holidays towards the end of the year. I'm not exactly sure when you're going. Are you going over the summer and the fall? But I am thinking that, you know, you're getting to where you like it. It just may take a little bit longer getting there. You know, you're just going to take slow steps.
Well, I think too that the Sun and the Child could indicate to you that, you know, this is not bells and whistles successful over there, but what it is this is a small step in your process of becoming a success. I feel like, you know, this is the move forward you need to make in order to achieve success. But it's a small one. You know, I think your success will come really later. And that's what we see right now for you, Angel Mary. I hope that helps.
Alrighty, so thank you for the question.
And we are on my sweet Christina. It's your turn. And then Mama T, Afshan, Angel Rivera, Lisa, Gina, Sonali, Deepshika, Laura, and Lena.
So I'm going to use the Crow's Magic Tarot.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Angel Mary.
Oh, man. All right, well, let's take a look at it. We'll see what we can come up with. You're so adorable. When you're not getting in the way.
So I'm sort of thinking of your question, my sweet, as in general, whether or not the dream meant anything to do with danger or harm for you, Grim Reaper mode. That's how I'm sort of approaching this.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they say that, or why did you hear that?
I'm going to kind of look at it, sort of what could the message be. I think it could be more than that, or...
Okay, I like that. I'm thinking of that too then. Alrighty, there you go.
right, Sonny. Go play with the pen. He's very intent on what I'm doing. He's been watching me constantly here.
But then the camera, and he turns his back.
And he turns away. I know. Oh, I gotta watch it when I hit that cord. Oh wait, no, that's not the mic cord. Sorry.
Well,
Major.
some cord jostling will still affect it depending on what it is exactly. Okay, so here's our cards for you. We have the reversed Ace of Cups. And that was a good question considering that I picked the Crow's Magic Tarot, or maybe it was intuitive that I picked the Crow's Magic Tarot.
You're moving that chair, or is a cat doing that?
It's me.
Okay.
Please. This is my interpretive.
I know, but I'm worried about the microphone.
Two of Swords reversed.
I'm trying to get you to move.
I know that. And resistance is futile. But I wasn't the one resisting, or was I? I don't remember.
Wow, this is interesting.
And then the Hanged Man.
Go right
reversed.
ahead.
Okay, so I do definitely think this was a dream of some sort that has import to you. I think that's the Ace of Cups telling me it was a dream, because it's talking about, that emotional well that's in your brain and in your heart, the synergy really of your mind and spirit. The Two of Swords reversed says, your work really isn't done yet. You really have to move now from a point where you've been stationary or observing or trying to absorb and moving into a little bit more movement there. There's still this idea, though, that I guess the Hanged Man is reversed as you saying, no, I'm not ready to go yet. I'm not ready to go yet. So that's what I get from the Hanged Man. So maybe you are standing up to certain spiritual forces that are at the very least saying, stay out of other people's situations or other situations that don't concern you. And maybe you're just saying, I'm doing, what I want. I mean, what do you see?
Well, I think that the Ace of Cups, I don't know where I'm getting the actual thing that this dream, well, clearly was a dream, but I think the Ace of Cups is saying that, that this is reflecting on your worries about this being a negative thing, that there's going to be something negative beginning because of this dream. I don't think that's necessarily the case. The Two of Swords reversed shows, and also that Hanged Man reversed. The Hanged Man, my sweet Christina, is sitting up in a tree there, and he's observing the scene. He's observing things. But this is like, wake up. This is like telling you to wake up and make a move. It's time to make a move or do something now. And if people are depending on you, maybe there's something that this dream was trying to tell you that you need to do for them right now.
In a broader context, the Ace of Cups could represent your sense of heart in terms of family, so or people that you care about, so maybe it reflects that. So we're going to do Lenormand then?
Yes. Got my old friend here. Why does the Aries always get the rider?
Riding through the garden.
Riding through the garden.
Watch out for those roses.
Well, so this definitely deals with people, and situations related to people. It could, I don't know if anybody is planning a wedding or some kind of big celebration that you might be involved in, or some kind of move. It just seems like there's movement, and it involves social situations or people. Gathering of people.
It was interesting because I was more likely to align that with the tarot interpretation, which more of has about the dream. But now I'm looking at it, and it seems like it's more nuts and bolts, and maybe it's just saying that you dream that, but the reality is you are moving towards another situation
involving
your family, your friends, your social outreach. So in other words, your actions will be what you felt was coming through from the dream, that whoever is trying to drag you into something else, whether it's the Grim Reaper or other people's problems, you're going to focus on where you need to focus.
It's funny because, that rider, the rider's movement, and again, that just ties into what I said here, that you need to get a move on, and this probably, whatever this dream was about, I believe it's about your interactions with others. It's something to do with the people around you who depend on you.
I think you kind of know that too, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's really reinforcing that. And I think that that's all it is. And maybe this is possible in the dream, that some of your worries that are happening right now in your everyday life maybe came out in the dream. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. But anyway, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that, my sweet Christina.
Good luck, my sweet.
We're going to move right along to Mama T now. Mama T,
Mama
you
T.
are up, and then Afshan, Angel Rivera, Lisa, Gina, Sonali, Deepshika, Laura, and Lena. We're moving right along today.
I want to go to another barbecue.
You are welcome. Oh, geez. Boy, the
In a
food
month.
was good. That's for sure. But, they had a fire pit and stuff, and I mean, there's only so long I can stay out. I have to do my meds at night, so by the time that came up, we had to leave. But it was a nice evening overall. Mm-hmm. Really nice to get together with people.
It felt warm because some of these are people that we know more on the acquaintance level, and then a couple were more friends.
Yeah.
And there was just a warmth by everybody that was really nice and appreciable.
I think everybody was just so happy to be getting back together again, that's part of it.
And we saw a monkey.
Oh my gosh, somebody had a pet monkey.
Somebody brought a pet monkey. I felt a little sorry for it because it just seemed to sort of be nervous, and it was doing coping behavior or anxiety behavior. Not going to go into that.
It was adorable, though.
There was a nice dog there, too, that belonged to the owner, the host. So, it's your deck.
Mama T's question is there. Is it your deck?
No, it's your deck.
Oh,
I used Crow's Magic.
All right, well, I'm going to use the fairy deck. Want to talk about our solstice plans?
Oh, okay. We are planning to do something right around the solstice. Years ago, Banshee here prepared a Fool's Journey, which is kind of like a poetry, meditation, ritual ceremony.
Tarot reading as well.
Tarot reading,
crazy.
Where the Fool of the Tarot meets all of the archetypes and all of the other trumps, the major arcana, and there's an impartment of a wisdom or a gift or something that you should take into yourself. So it's really kind of like an initiation of sorts, like you feel like you're sort of being moved through a cycle and becoming transformed.
It was about the craziest thing I'd ever done, because not only we're not going to be able to show all that, but maybe we could do the reading. We'll have to look at how involved that is. Mm-hmm. I still have those slips. So I actually had slips for everybody that had interpretations, and they would go around to these different stations and pick up to 5 cards, I believe it was 4 or 5 of these slips, and because there were 5 things in the spread. And it only used major arcana cards, and I had interpretations upright and reversed for every one. Like I said, and I created that. It was the craziest, biggest project I'd ever done. I don't know if I could ever do anything that massive again.
We'll have to talk more about it.
Yeah, we will. We will.
All right.
We do it for the collective. All right, so Mama T, hopefully something good is coming towards you. It's not bad, Mama T. Let's take a look here. There's a couple of things that just are a little contradictory, maybe, but not really. We have the 4 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords is where I like to see it reversed, but either way, Really isn't that bad. Then we have the hanged one upright. Well,
the Hanged Fae.
The Hanged Fae.
Another name for fairy, if you
And
didn't
then
know.
we have the Knave of Pentacles, which is the page.
Right.
And so, okay, that's a little bit of a stumbling block financially here. So I really feel here, this is about looking at different ways that you can get on your feet again financially. I see the Knave of Pentacles is reversed, and you really want to find ways to turn that around. I really think the end goal is to try to find a way to turn that around. And the Hanged Man is you looking, objectively at your situation. You have to really, sometimes that's a hard thing for us to do. We like to blame this or blame that for whatever our problems are, but at some point, you have to try to step outside yourself and look at things objectively as to what kind of moves you now are going to make, because you're going to make some moves that probably will be beneficial. But I can't really say it's somewhat neutral. We'll see what the Lenormand says, but that's what I get from that.
Oh, is it my turn?
I think it is, Mr. O.
Well, I mostly agree with you, but I sort of feel like this is better from my point of view, because I sort of feel like that I don't see this in a linear mode like 1, 2, 3. I sort of feel like it's a little more ambiguous, in that maybe it's the idea that you're understanding, what your financial situations are, that sort of spurs you to look again, to reawaken to the possibility of changes you can make, and that some of them are not just things you sell, give away, that kind of thing, but they're also changes you make in yourself that will be better habits for yourself in the future, or better ways of manifesting your goals. Because I think that this is about that, manifesting your goals, but it is a little bit contradicted right now, and so I don't know if that's really where you're coming from, not feeling that you really see your goals or see your goals working out, or if it's actually what spurs all of this. It's a little bit of both. Yes?
Well, I just have my yes/no coin here that I got from Firespell,
Stealing
and
my
asked if
thunder?
his interpretation is really better than mine. And what did I get?
No.
I would
Well,
say
that's enough of that.
I would say they're equally valid for you,
It's a wooden
Mama
nickel.
T.
It's not a special coin. It's a wooden nickel.
I would say, I just had to do it. I'm sorry. I would say they are equally valid interpretations, Mama T. It's the ones that you feel you resonate to. There might be a little bit of truth in all of this. And let's... I'll leave it out in case you want to do
Enough of
me. But anyway, let's do the Lenormand and
What's
see.
the fine print? In Loki we trust.
I didn't see that there. Okay. What do you got?
Stork.
Well, and the clouds. So, I think what it is right now is there's a little bit of the dark clouds are facing this stork. So to me, that indicates, Mama T, a lot of hesitation, a lot of confusion about just what you really need to do. So I think that Hanged Man is the hanged, Fae, is really important here. Because, you maybe need to really, really try to gain a different perspective.
Well, I think, again, being a little contrary perhaps, that this says with the dark clouds here that as you go through the dark clouds, this new opportunity presents itself. That once you've gone through that dark side, whether it's the trial or tribulation of the Hanged Man determining what you need to, repurpose in your life, that's basically what it is, I believe. You will begin anew. You will find a new project, a new way of pushing ahead. So you really just have to some degree, embrace what the dark side's message is to you. Come on, goth girl. But basically, so it's a process of going there.
Hey, Dr. V.
Hi, Dr. Victor.
Get you on the list. And that's what we have for you, Mama T. I hope that helps.
So
Two different perspectives here. Because you get two readers.
And hi, Divine Universe.
Divine You. Hey, there you are. We'll toss you on the list as well. So, okay, Mama T, we're on Afshan now. Are you here? It's your turn. And after Afshan is Angel Rivera, Lisa, Gina, Sonali, Deepshika, Laura, Lena, Dr. V, and Divine You.
Divine loves your hair.
Thank you. I finally got my post-COVID haircut. Oh, yeah, please, the hair.
Adorable.
Well, you know, there were different reasons for doing it now, but that was the big one. I didn't want it long for summer, number one. And I thought the time was good since all the COVID numbers were going down and I was fully vaccinated. So, you know, I gave it a shot.
You're welcome, Mama Teresa.
Hey, you are welcome. Okay, there's Afshan's question.
All right.
Okay, let's see what we got.
So this is my deck
I
again,
think
right?
it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use my Tarot of the Northern Shadows. Okay, what's coming towards your grandparents? Your mother's parents. I think I had a fondness more for my mom's parents than my dad's mom. But I loved my dad's mom too. It's just that my mom's parents were always at our house. I mean, we almost grew up with them in a way.
Oh, someday we got to get up there. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, we're supposed to go up there in June. Later this month, the last weekend, perhaps. So we'll see. And
it's about a 3-hour drive. Oh dear, sunny, sunny, sunny.
did you flip it over?
I did. No,
Yeah,
I did not.
okay.
That's the way it was. It looks like I'm flipping them, but
Yeah,
I'm not.
I see it. All right.
All right, so we've got a little...
My goodness.
Yeah, there's people here for sure. We have the Queen of Cups upright. And we give you... Wow, they're all things here. We have the Page of Wands reversed. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles or Discs upright. Well, it looks like they may be dealing with a situation of some kind of downturn. I'm not sure what it is, whether it's financial, business. They may be retired. I don't know what the situation is or status. But there's some kind of downturn here. It could be with energy levels or stamina, but I feel like they're not in a bad position to manage this. Really, on the one hand, you have somebody who's very balanced emotionally, and on the other hand, you have somebody who knows how to who knows how to get things done. You know, is very practical oriented and knows how to take care of things and manage things and maybe even make things happen materially.
Well, I think that this somehow expresses a bit of them as a team too, the Queen and the Knight, that there's practicality and then there's also to some degree real mutual teamwork here. I already said that, I guess. So the problem may be that there's either a project or news of a project that is not as satisfying, and maybe, you know, this is causing a downturn for them in various ways. Maybe it's even emotional. I don't necessarily see this related to health concerns at this time.
Yeah, it's hard to say because
Not
sometimes that Knight can be about health concerns, but it looks positive to me. That, if it's really relating to that night.
Well, I wonder if the project or the mutual ambition has something to do with them moving, setting themselves up for, true retirement or true new situation for themselves. And that maybe the pacing of that or what they've been able to find out or do are just not as impressive to them right now. They have particular needs perhaps, and they're not finding what they want.
The one caveat here is, the Page of Wands can be about news. And so I feel here like maybe there's some bad news that they're going to receive, some upsetting news. Now, whether whether it has to do with money or health, that's a possibility. I see them both as being in a pretty good place, but like I said, there might be something that, well, this is kind of an American saying, I think, but kind of upsets the apple cart a bit, which means that it just kind of throws them off, and is a little bit disturbing and something that they're going to have to pay attention to now. Let's do the Lenormand and see if it'll bring us something, a little bit more specific.
And I see Weasel there.
I've got Weasel on the list. I was going to say that. Hi, Weasel. Thanks for coming back.
I have the house.
This might be relating to a man, the grandfather.
Right, he mentioned both grandparents, or they mentioned both grandparents.
But specifically, this might be, the grandparent. So I could look at this like a number of ways. They might be wanting to sell property or find a place to live. Maybe there's a problem with the place that they live that he is focusing his attention on. It's possible, too, that, I'm just going to say this since I brought up the possibility of a health concern, that he might be confined to the home for a while or working out of the home for a while. It might be a situation like that. I hope some of this makes sense. Go ahead. What do you see?
And I think I sort of touched on it there. The possible need to move somewhere else or to be somewhere else, or conditions that are more helpful. And of course, I'm seeing what you're mentioning there. So I am wondering too if this is saying that he has some convalescent situations, one of them or both of them, that they have to take into consideration. They might need some assisted living or some sort of help there. So it mostly looks like it's gonna happen.
I think it doesn't look really negative, but no. I do feel there might be some type of setback only because of that Page of Rods reversed. In other words, that could be the bad news. And maybe the bad news is that they're just going to need a little bit more time to get back on their feet again. Because I don't see anything really, like red flag warning signs here.
No, it mostly seems like they're making a good, from the heart as well as logical decision. Maybe there's the possibility that maybe this separates them, and so that's going to be consideration. Mm-hmm. But I'm not really sure that I see that there exactly.
Well, I wish the best for your grandparents, and I hope they do recover.
Absolutely.
It's tough. And do let us know, keep us posted, Afshan.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. And we are on Angel Rivera. You are up, and then Lisa, Gina, Sonali, Deep Shika, Laura, Lena, Dr. V, Divine You, and Weasel.
I hope we can help with that, or I hope that is understandable. So good. All right.
All right. I guess it's my deck, so we'll go to the mermaids. You just take up so.
Now it's time for that more or less standard disclaimer that, of course, we are not clinicians of any sort. We're not legal technical people. So all we can do is tell you what we see, and the hopes are that it helps your thinking too to align to either what you already know in your own heart or how you see events proceeding for yourself. We can't legally or medically offer, opinions or help. But we just sort of tell you what we see and hope that everything works out. What?
Nothing. Not going to add anything to that.
Was that overly pithy?
Just a little.
Okay.
No biggie. Uh-oh.
No, it wasn't. Oh, wait, I don't have the camera there.
You did not flip that coin. That's my no.
Gotcha.
And I'm moving it away. What a silly, goofy coin. Yes looks a lot happier than no. All right. Hey, you're welcome, Afshan. So, Angel Rivera maybe is busy, but we'll give them a moment. I know they might be working today.
Yes, I believe they mentioned that recently. We were back to Sundays.
See if you see anything at the top, just saying they were stopping in or anything.
Okay.
A shuffle away.
Just the initial greeting.
Okay. Okay, we'll give Angel Rivera one more moment, and then we'll move on. Oh, Sonny, you're such a goof. Okay, let's move on to Lisa, and when Angel comes back, we'll just fit him in for the reading. I know he'll probably be back.
All right, so that's Lisa.
Lisa, you are up, and then Gina, Sonali, Deep Shika, Laura, Lena, Dr. V, Divine You, and Weasel.
All right. I keep thinking of the barbecue, and I want another burger, or I didn't try the chicken. You know, I was too full by then. When the chicken was done, I was like, oh, I can't have it.
I, of course, was being careful.
I had a nice hot dog. It was like a little bit bigger than a hot dog. It was like more of a, I don't know if it was a kosher dog, but it wasn't like your typical plastic hot dog. Oh,
absolutely, Lena. Okay. Oh, wait. It was supposed to be Lisa, and then...
right, we're looking for Lisa Green.
We're looking for Lisa. Sorry, Lena, you're further down the list, but we will do the reading for you.
Yeah, we will get to it, right.
We're looking for Lisa. And then we have Gina, Sonali, Deep Shika, Laura. You're after, excuse me, you're after Laura, Lena.
So how many is that away?
That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away.
6 away, Lena. And
but maybe Lisa's not here.
Yeah, so we may be moving quickly.
Might be moving faster.
So another call for Lisa.
Sonny, just a little more room would be nice.
And I think we're going to move on then.
I think that's the last call. I know we have a little time lag sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay, so these two are no's for now. Gina! Hey, Gina, you are...
So we are now on Gina. Is that the doggy deck?
It's not, but it can be.
Well, maybe she doesn't want that deck. I don't know.
That's true. She might... What did you bring? You didn't bring Karma music
No,
today.
It's not too far from here. I could get up and walk over and get it.
There. There you are.
Oh, Gina.
Oh, don't use those claws. Remember, you got to wrestle nice.
Looks like we're 3 for 3.
Oh, my.
And now he's going to knock over the camera.
Well, I had to move him a little. Hey, Gina could be typing her question. Second
that's
call
possible.
for Gina. After Gina, after Gina will be Sonali, so we'll move forward with the list.
Or else we're having Mercury Retrograde. Who knows?
It could very well be. Oh, there she is. No question, just watching. Oh, I'm sorry, Gina, we missed it. But thanks for letting us know again. That's fine. All right, we'll move on to Sonali then. Always good to have you here, Gina. Maybe I will go back to the mermaids deck then. I was shuffling it up.
I think it's Mercury Retrograde.
No, give it time. We just called Sonali. But it could be. Like I said, we've had some issues with this retrograde already.
Oh, great.
What?
It says I'm out of power, but I'm plugged in. What's going on? Your Mac will go to sleep soon.
Check the cord again. Just check the cord.
I see it plugged in. Low battery.
Check your battery connection at the top. You know, that whole thing about where it charges from.
Battery preference. Battery is not charging, it says. How does this happen?
I don't know.
Now what do I do?
Doesn't it say where you can charge it from? I gotta come over there. Why don't you put the standby up? Well, but we got them. We need a moment, guys. Okay. Huh. I don't know if this is the right spot, Mr. O.
More Mercury Retrograde as far as I can tell. Hang on, Angel.
I can't. This is really bad time. Same thing again. Battery health. This is not helping. Oh no. I don't know what happened. I mean, it's hard for me to look here for power.
Go get your power cord. We'll just switch over to your power cord.
This isn't going to help you.
We know there's a problem with my power cord.
It's not that. I need to find it. General?
You looking for that?
Nope. I think that's what we were just looking at. Oh, thanks. Let me do my work. Uh-oh. Let me go to General. I need to see what's here. Nothing is there. All right, I'll get my power cord, but it's not going to help you.
It's charging. It just went up a degree.
It did?
Mm-hmm. It went from 8 to 9%.
Something wrong with you juggled the cords. Okay.
We're thinking it's the jiggly cord phenomena. The operating software does use an extreme amount of energy. I thought I had everything plugged in, but apparently it was scamming on us.
Hey, Angel Rivera, we had to pass you by, but Sonali hasn't answered yet, so why don't we do your question, and then we'll move on to Sonali, Deep Shika, Laura, Lena, Dr. V, Divine U, and Wade.
So we're going to give it a go. It looks like it's slowly starting to charge. Maybe it was just a problem that has stopped.
It was a problem.
Well, I don't know what to say because I'm really tech stupid.
Well, no worries. I wasn't much help there either, but I think you did it. I think it was the cord. Some of that movement over there, like with that chair or something, may have jostled something.
It's possible.
So don't kick the chair anymore.
I don't know.
All right. Did you go up any more degrees?
Not yet. It's charging really slowly.
Yeah, see, that's worrisome. Oh, okay, Angel. All right. Sinelli, are you here? Because I think we'll have to move on if you don't answer. All right, Deep Shika, why don't you type your question and we'll move on to you. And then will be Laura, Lena, Dr. V, Divine U, Way. And we'll go back through the list again for those that I wasn't able to read for. Going to be one of those Mercury retrograde days. There you go. Well, it must be charging now because it was the red stuff before, so I'm not going to worry. Let me know if you have a further issue. An eye on it. Oh, okay. All right, you'll be right after Deep Shika.
Am I just shuffling or am I giving it back to you? I'm not sure what's going on.
Okay, we'll do that for you, Angel. Sounds good. Should survive. I know. I have to figure out what's going on here. And it's really weird with that cord. Something's wrong with that cord we bought. Because it fits perfectly into the microphone, but it's not working.
Are we waiting on someone?
We're waiting on Sanaa. We're waiting on Deep Shika now.
Okay.
Calm down. So let's move on to Laura, because Laura's here and nobody else is answering.
Nobody likes us anymore.
They move on, you know. It's a long day. So after Laura will be Lena, Dr. V, Divine U, and Way, and then I'll go through the list of people who we missed and see if they're back. All right. And we'll do Angel Rivera's reading right at the end first, because we do have that question. All right, Mr. O, so general reading.
No, that's Lena. We're on
Oh, that's
Laura.
Lena. Okay. Well, a general message for Laura, and then we'll do the general message for Lena.
Sorry for the confusion.
You guys, you came in right after each other, so your names are so close. Sorry, we're getting confused here.
We're like short order cooks, maybe. I don't know. No.
Maybe I could have said Laura H and Lena R, and then it would have worked, but I didn't. Okay, so Laura H, this is for you, and then Lena will be next. We're getting there. And it looks like we might end early if people don't show back up. All right. Two fives.
2 5s. Interesting. Lots of energy, I guess. So one is the Five of Wands, upright. You're welcome. And then it's the Five of Pentacles reversed. So they're right next to each other. And then it's the Two of Wands reversed.
Well, this is interesting to me. It looks as though there may have been some conflict or difficulties surrounding money or material things, maybe. I mean, this is kind of a tough one.
I think there were challenges to sense of security for yourself.
There's 2 5s.
It could have been, financial related, but could also have been just really personal too. And I think you felt these challenges, maybe
or will. It's a general.
Yeah. But I think that ultimately what it does is it drives you towards feeling like you have to work harder on tempering both sides, that you still find that maybe there's a vacillation between yourself wondering where those challenges take you, that if you focus one way more or focus one way the other, you want more balance.
Yeah, the 2 of Wands reversed just kind of indicates that it's hard to move forward right now. It's hard to move forward until some balance is achieved. I feel like there's competing forces here.
Well, mostly I think it's about the sense of feeling secure.
Yeah, security
I just think
is
that's
an
a big
issue.
part of this.
Physical or emotional security, even to some extent. Oh.
It could pertain to jobs or vocations, or
resources,
school. Right.
Studies, I can see that as well. I want to see what the Lenormand, where that might lead us. Well, there's some good news at least. There's a silver lining in this cloud. What do you have there?
I have the Lady.
So, Lena, and I have the Clover. I feel like you're going to be guided through this kind of confusing period, because it looks awfully confusing to me, through luck or synchronicities. Something is going to work out in your favor ultimately, but it just seems like this is a very confusing time right now where you feel a sense of, let's just say maybe you feel a sense of insecurity due to, like, conflicting interests, maybe. I know, now we've got the Sunny tail knocking.
Sunny didn't want the Lenormand to tell the story, Laura.
And I think that the Lenormand is telling a better story, so stop it, Sunny. But
exactly.
Really, it's made me think about this more, and I feel as though, there's some luck or synchronicity happening here that could turn things around for you ultimately. The 5 of Pentacles reversed to me also seems to be like maybe something's going to happen that could help you in some way. Sometimes people don't know when to ask for help, and maybe you're going to look for some guidance or help through this kind of difficult situation, whether it's financial, whether it's, with a job, and you're going to do it at the right time. You might meet the right people at the right time who can guide you through this.
The practical effects are, yes, is that somehow a synchronicity or a luck happens that more or less confirms for you. To some degree, I think this is emotional. This is something that's really important to you in your heart, whether it's about a person or a situation. I'm just feeling that. But I think it's interesting to note that, to me, a lot of times, even though the 5s go back and forth in terms of good or bad they always are talking about randomness in some way. And I think that coincides with the Clover, this sense of luck or synchronicity. So I think that, basically, as Banshee indicates, whatever this sense of challenge to you is, and how it makes you want to rebalance, recenter yourself, you're going to find luck that will help you, just unexpected kind of situation that maybe pulls through for you.
Yeah. I think that's what we see for you. It's a kind of a interesting combination of cards here. 2 5s are, 5s are kind of more some of the challenging energies.
They bring energy.
The tarot. They do bring energy. And that 5 of Wands is definitely bringing some energy into the situation. So good luck with that, Laura.
Good luck, Laura.
And Lena, we are going to do your general reading right now. With Mr. O's deck.
And so I'm going to go back to the Golden Nefertari. Thank you, Laura. I really like the feedback. It's absolutely wonderful.
Thank you, Laura.
it's kind of a healing thing for me. Like I just feel really motivated to be this personality, and so it heals myself as well as helps me project energy towards others.
We've got you, Lena R. We're going to do it right now.
Yes. And thanks for waiting, Lena.
On this crazy afternoon where people have come and gone. So you just never know. You know, we can go through the list really fast, or sometimes it takes a little longer. Sorry, Sonny. One more. All right. I'm going to move my lantern for this one. Don't take my coin, Mr. O.
You're so silly.
All right, what you got? No.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Did you cut or did I cut?
I cut on the table. You picked him up.
I don't remember.
Oh.
I'm really spacing out here. I'll tell you later or some other time or maybe never. But, okay, so we have the Queen of Wands upright for Lena.
That's beautiful. So I'm glad I stopped you because that looks pretty darn good.
We have the Knave of Pentacles, which is the page. And then finally, we have the reversed Empress. As a general reading goes, it's not very bad. It's maybe slightly ambiguous. I think that there is possibility of you maybe finding yourself in a situation where you are either attracting to you either personalities, people, or beneficent situations, but I just sort of feel you are being in charge of things. It may be that you're looking at reinvesting yourself or putting yourself into maybe an educational prospect, like maybe you're interested in learning something. You may feel that things just are a little bit stagnant or slow in the overall regard, like you're just sort of not quite as active with this, but these are where you feel you are going towards.
Oh, are you done?
Yes, I am.
You did that to me. So, hey.
I didn't go for that
Lena,
one.
you know, I'm going to take two, since this is general, I'm going to look at this two different ways here, because if this is about a relationship, you might be wondering why it's not moving forward, it's not deepening, there seems to be a plateau right now. You know, nothing is growing. That's that the Empress reversed. But because I'm seeing here possibility of being two people, you know, that together, that maybe this relationship is stagnating a little bit. I don't know if this person is an earth sign, but it's somebody who might be maybe, you know, more into their studies or work, you know, than the relationship right now. That's one way I can look at this. Another way I can look at this, if this resonates more with you, is that right now, you know, there are financial conditions that maybe, you know, that you're heading into that may not be that positive for you. You know, they may not be that growthful. Maybe, for example, you have to take a job with less pay. Or if you are employed, you have to, you might be, you know, getting laid off or getting less hours or something like that. It seems like that's a possibility as well. There's no growth, and you feel like maybe you need to move on and do something different. The Queen of Wands is somebody who wants things to get moving, wants action. So whether it's in a relationship or whether it's in, you know, the financial material realms, I think that, You know, there's right now this feeling of, or there will be this feeling of things not moving forward, and it's kind of getting to you. You want to try to figure out how to move these things forward in a positive direction.
I'm glad you mentioned the health issue without being too specific. I think it's possible that that could be indicated with the Empress reversed. Sometimes that might just talk to a sense of not being able to nurture yourself, to take care of yourself, or that there are situations that are causing a decrease in energy. So something that's causing, just sort of a reduction in strength levels or vitality. This could be lingering effects of, various health problems. So with that in mind, I think that maybe it's also possible too that this is you intently looking at where some of this is about the knowledge you wish to gain. Sometimes the Page of Pentacles sort
Is
of...
that the Page?
Yes.
I read it as the Knight. You didn't
will indicate a sense of looking or introspecting on something. No, I still felt that what you said was valid to some degree, because she also mentioned, situation with separation. I'm not sure, Divine. I was thinking about what you said, and I don't think it is from our part, so I don't know.
Well, you know what? I'm looking here and I'm thinking, now that you mentioned the health issue, that Knave of Pentacles could be good news coming to you, hopefully regarding health. I mean, the Knave of Pentacles could be about money, could be about health.
But it's the material part of yourself.
Yes, the physical part of yourself.
Yes, the physical
and
part.
So the other thing here is that the Empress reverse could also be a call to you to spend more time on self-care. The Empress is also about taking care of yourself and pampering yourself and nurturing yourself so that you feel better. So maybe it's time to really focus on that. That's what it looks like. So let's do the Lenormand on that.
Yes.
Hold it again, but of course that's me. What do you got?
Those darn mice.
Oh, but look.
Do they cancel each other out? What?
I think this is positive. Oh, look at him. He moved the cards. I think this is positive no matter how you slice it. So basically a lot of worries, troubles, and stress. I'm not going to say they're going to vanish luckily, but I do think time is on your side. That in time you're going to get better. Things are going to get back to where they need to be. All these things that are taking and draining your energy or irritating you are going to be swept up.
Right. Well, maybe that unless you know otherwise, perhaps some of your diagnosis or prognosis will change, because maybe it will be less of a worry. To me, the mice represent smaller worries, so it may be something that really is not hard to be corrective. I sure would hope so, but that it just could mean luck in general in terms of some of the need issues that you may have, that things that you are thinking about you need or that are impacting you, that somehow luck is going to help you see through those. And I kind of think we saw that a little bit there too.
Yeah, I think that's what we have for you. Good luck, Lena.
Good luck.
I see Dr. V has posted a question.
All right, is that Dr. Victor up next?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Dr. V, and then Divine U, and then Weasel, and then we'll go to Angel Rivera.
Who is a bit busy, but he will be back, he says. Okay, so thank you, Lena. I hope that was helpful. And your deck for Dr. Victor?
Yes.
And Cancer season starts around July 20th, 21st, and goes for about a month thereafter.
We'll be busy because we have to do a monthly modality message and the solstice.
Well, true, but yeah, we still have more than a week to work on those. Maybe almost 2 weeks.
I think we can do
You're
this.
welcome, Lena.
pretty sure I know exactly where everything we need is, but how we stage it will be another matter.
Ah.
All right. Well, okay, Angel, after Dr. V, there's 2 more and then you. So we'll get to you.
I like being busy too, but sometimes it's too much. My library was pretty busy yesterday.
Yeah, you said so.
Yep, and I had to be on desk 2 hours, which is, a little more than normal. Normally it's only 1 hour per my shift.
That's good.
So we have the Five
is
of Wands reversed.
Well, sometimes that's good, but I think in this case it's going to be because we got the Ace of Cups upright.
The Ace of Cups upright.
And then we have the Page of Wands reversed. Well, so it's a mixed bag of sorts here.
And we're talking about,
Cancer season.
A few weeks from now, about 2 or so weeks from now.
You know what's interesting about this, Mr. O? Is that, to me, Dr. V, it seems like Cancer season is going to be a typical Cancer season. I think it's going to be more about the emotions than it's going to be about business.
Right, because that would be the Ace of Cups. So it could be that you're going to feel more depth in feelings. It may be that you'll find yourself closer to those you love the most, or that new things will be moving to create more bonding, more mutual family, or whatever projects. The Five of Wands reversed could indicate that there's going to be a little stress associated with that maybe some of this could be about planning a family trip, or certain things that are obligations that kind of mash up against the sense of wanting to cut loose because it's summer, or I'm assuming it's summer in your part of the world, a time where maybe there's a lull going on. So then finally, with that Page of Wands reversed, maybe some of this comes as a message to you that some plans could be delayed or altered.
So the Five of Wands to me reversed is, I feel like this is going to be a period of less stress, kind of a calming down, a little less frenetic activity. It's almost in a way like a vacation, just at least mentally or, physically just feeling a little bit less on edge. And the couple that with the Ace of Cups, it's the beginning of something that's going to bring you great joy. I really feel this is more on an emotional level, like it has to do with family or it has to do with love interests or something like that.
Not your usual business-related question.
Because the Page of Wands to me indicates that there might be a delay or some slowing down in the business sector. It seems to me that is going to be less important in Cancer season somehow, which is interesting because I think you were waiting for news on different things happening, Dr. V, but this may indicate that there's going to be a delay or some kind of negative news coming in the business realm. So let's do a Lenormand and see what that's going to focus on. Whoa, grabbed one right away. Oh, look at that.
Tree. Dog in a tree, that's not always a good thing.
Well, dogs like trees.
Yeah, but why?
Well, they're fertilizing it, Mr. O. So, at any rate, here's what I see with this. Maybe it is trying to grow. The Cancer season is a time to grow your social connections, to reconnect with friends or family, people who are close to you. I'm seeing that even here, Dr. V.
Right. What it really means is that where your true loyalties, those who really care the most about you and will prove that.
My goodness, you're doing more damage than the cat today.
And only 2 pots of coffee.
That's probably why.
Your true loyal friends are mostly coming from your sense of family. And so it just really only kind of corroborates what we've been saying is the Cancer season bringing to you, is that maybe, like I said before, some recommitment or working towards, higher emotional pleasure or satisfaction. And who better than, somebody who really is your best, your loyalist. All right.
Yeah, that's what we have for you. It sounds like it's really going to be
Fun.
More about emotional stuff and socializing. So take advantage of that, I say, Hey, but we're just coming off a party, so we had a good time yesterday. Every so often, we just got to cut loose and relax.
So thanks, Dr. Victor.
All right, that's what we have for you. Divine you are up. It's your turn.
And Divine posted a
Weasel,
question
Angel Rivera.
thinking that possibly there would be a connectivity issue. The question is on all dimensions of career, love, and kids.
Oh my goodness. So like a real general, let's see what's out there maybe?
Yeah. Whose deck did we use before?
We
it's
used
my
mine.
turn, right?
Oh, your turn.
So we're going to go back to the Crow's Magic Tarot. You're welcome, Dr. Victor.
Hey, you're welcome, Dr. V. Hey, Divine You. So you have his question, right?
Their question.
Their question.
In case if there is connectivity, my question is on all dimensions, career, love, and kids. So let's get a good
All right, we'll see what we have, Divine
scope
You.
there.
Sunny is getting a stomach and back rub.
Okay, now you say general.
Well, it's the same. It is really
It is the same,
general.
really.
Well, that's why I said that.
Career.
Mr. O.
That's fine.
I think we both needed more sleep.
It's very likely that's true.
But it's not that we're reading badly, but it's just that we could have probably benefited by a little
Well,
more sleep.
why
today.
was it that we didn't get more sleep?
The cat, Sunny, right here is the answer. Wakes us up at the crack of dawn for food. No. Well, we're still shuffling, Divine You, so we're getting it together. Okay, Mr. O, I'm cutting,
Yeah, you are.
and you're going to know that. There. I just like playing the hermit. Okay.
Take it from one who knows.
Indeed. Indeed.
Okay, Divine, on your general reading, we have the upright Wheel of Fortune.
Oh,
That's nice. We have the upright Four of Coins. And we have the Emperor.
wow.
So your cards are fabulous, to say the least.
You rule in the business or in the material world right now, Divine You. Everything is going really, really well, or there's going to be a positive turn. The Wheel of Fortune indicates this is a real up cycle for you, possibly in business and career, or at least with money. But also, if I had to look at this in other areas, I would say that, what you have right now, what you have in your life, you feel very in control right now in your life. You feel like some things have really fallen into place and that things are looking up. Things are starting to they're getting really good. And especially materially. I just have to go back to that because that's what looks like it's focused on here. What do you think, Mr.
This
O?
could be inclusive of the meeting because it just seems like you're really on a high vibration
yeah.
with the Wheel of Fortune and also with the Emperor, that just really you're expressing yourself in the most masterful ways possible. Money, financial things are highly indicated. It just seems to me like part of that really involves you just saying like, you're kind of maybe just a little bit kind of drunk with that sensation, like that just really is very satisfying feeling to feel that financial success that I believe you're going to be moving towards.
Wow, for a big buy in your company. So if you're involved in that and that's something you want to bring, to the company, I think it's going to go really, really well. This is what I see so far. But let's see what else comes up here in the Lenormand. Oh,
Was it you or me?
I don't
It was
know.
me. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I didn't touch yet.
Anchors away. Don't go anywhere.
Look at this. Divine you. Look at this. You got the fish.
Anchor in a fish.
So it looks like this this feeling and this energy of abundance and is going to be flowing for some time. This is very positive. I mean, even if it's about relationships and emotions, it's just anchored. It's stable, It's a steady flow.
I just want to say about the PowerPoint Excel thing. I totally agree, especially on Excel. It's very intimidating to me. I would say, though, you should just, take whatever investment you need to a good library book, whatever, on those, because I think you could find a tutor or a book that would really. These are the kind of things that once somebody like flips that switch in my head, it's like, oh, it's so easy once you learn it. But getting to those, though, I just really feel that this is saying really where you're at is really the best place for you to stay. And I'm one of those people that think that the fish is about the sense of business, but I also tend to feel that it's that water emotion. It is also talking about personal and other satisfaction, what you feel in your heart. So I just say, it's saying, stay there. This is where you need to be.
So, PowerPoint and Excel, I will be honest with you, I am not that great with Excel too. And personally, I should feel more time with it. We have the online version of Microsoft, for our business. And so I've been using PowerPoint to create slides of some of my tarot spreads. And it's been working really well. And it's very, very, I don't use PowerPoint that much, but I will say they have a lot of help design-wise online. And it's been working really smoothly for me and for what little I know. So give it another shot. And even if you can try to learn on your own, in your spare time. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm finding PowerPoint to be more fun than I ever did. But Excel, I don't know. I'm not one for accounting anyway, so that's never fun for me. But
yeah, see,
I do want to start spending more time with that.
If your approach is more visual, then PowerPoint will probably be easier, more enjoyable than Excel.
But I'm having a great time working with PowerPoint. I'm going to try to create some workshops with it too.
Well, that's the thing now. Now they expect even doctors to know how to get around all the computer stuff too. So it's just kind of like, they want to squeeze whatever they can out of you.
So
Let's face it.
That's all we have for you, and I think that's enough. You are... It is showing you're in a good place right now. So, enjoy it while it lasts. And hey, Weasel, are you still with us? You are up. And then Angel Rivera, and we'll go see if anybody else has returned. Sonali never posted a question, am I right?
I don't believe they did, but I'm going to take a quick look while we're waiting for Weasel. Divine message for themselves. So we could do that maybe right at the end.
Oh, okay. We could do that. I didn't realize that we could have done Sonali in their place had I seen that. So we will do that after Angel. Put Sonali down.
Best wishes, Divine. So Weasel, we are waiting for your question. I don't know if you've already posted one. Is that January Girl?
Yes. Hey, January Girl. Good to see you. Are you in it for a reading or just stopping in?
Thanks for that advice or support.
I'm liking PowerPoint. I'm actually, for some of the readings we've done for people for the business, I've been able to take pictures of, my spread designs to include it with their reading. And so I capture the images I've made on PowerPoint, and it really looks nice. I think it really does look nice when I send people PDFs.
Thank you, Divine. Thank you, January Girl.
Okay. No problem, January Girl. So, hey, Weasel, are you here? Second call for Weasel.
Second or third, but who's really counting?
I didn't think I did a second. Did you? Oh.
It's okay.
Well, who pays attention to you? Obviously not your wife. Oh, dear. All right, so let's move on from Weasel. We will put them under Sonali in case they come back.
Okay. Want to update there?
Yeah, so Angel Rivera, you are up and you wanted a general for the week ahead. So is that my deck? I think it
Sure.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's go back to that one. Oh, goodness. Why is this giving me trouble now? Because you're here, Sonny, in my way again.
Thank you.
Hey, no problem. Shuffle.
Right.
Thank goodness I don't have to cut. Oh, he's in wrestle mode. He's in
Looks serious.
wrestle mode. You are such a toughie. Yes, you are. Okay, interesting stuff. We're getting a lot of court cards lately. Didn't we have one today for our card of the day?
I
Isn't
think
that
so,
the
yeah.
King of
King of Pentacles.
Yeah. So here we have the Queen of Cups upright. But we do have here the Devil. Or is that the Tower? Uh-oh.
No, it's the Devil.
It is the Devil's 15, that's right. The Tower's 16. So, the Devil. And then we have the King of Cups reversed.
Interesting, because of course there was the Queen, so the King and the Queen framing the Devil.
Well, I think that for sure there seems like there's going to be some limitations in the week ahead, and maybe this is going to cause a little bit of conflict or emotional reactions, maybe some of what's happening is based on somebody who is taking it out on others.
It's really interesting because I want to feel that way too. I just don't know. Like sometimes I sort of feel like the Devil gets
Take care,
the
Divine
bad
You.
rap. So I'm not sure.
The Devil's a bad, what I think here is, I think the Devil is talking about restrictions in some way or limitations. Sometimes limitations are not a bad thing. We need to set boundaries. But when the boundaries become obsessive, or if they really are meant to hold people down as opposed to, set some standards, then there's a problem. And I feel like somebody might be emotionally reacting to the situation in some way. They feel that there's not, that this is too restrictive, it's not right, it's not fair. And so I think the Queen of Cups is just saying, we need to find that spot that is going to make people feel harmonious. What is going to make people feel like they're not being held down, they're not being held back? I think that's going to be the challenge this week.
Well, a lot of times the devil is the adversary, biblically or otherwise, and so there's a sense of its authority or control that isn't necessarily
good or bad,
but it doesn't really feel good. It just sort of feels like it's authority for its own sake in a way. And so these cards are on the outside of that, and one is saying the idea of where the emotional qualities and the qualities of hope too, that I think that are expressed in the Queen of Cups, the inspiration aspects there, versus the idea that one is feeling you're not making the impact you want, that you try to help others, you try to be, that. So I don't know where it really fits, because I don't know if this is saying that this is you yourself, or if it's really that situation that is overarching, that agency that you have to work under or with.
It's really interesting to see the devil between two court cards like that. And so I do feel like there's maybe it's like the forces of good versus evil battling it out. So in other words,
with evil being the judge.
Somebody with good intentions going against somebody who maybe doesn't have the greatest of intentions or ideas. And I feel like there's kind of this conflict, maybe that things are kind of stuck because of that. If that makes sense at all. But I think it's time to throw the Lenormand in the mix and see what we can get out of that.
My light fingers.
Did I go first again?
I don't remember.
Somebody is at a crossroads here. Somebody has a decision to make. Is it you, Angel? Is it somebody else? Is it somebody connected to this situation? They're going to be making a decision. What do you think? Do you think it relates to that devil?
This is always first, though, right?
Uh-huh.
And, in a way, a horned antler thing is sort of a corollary to the devil, the horned one.
So it does relate to the devil,
so
which was my question to you.
But I sort of feel like the crossroads comes first, so maybe the idea is that the decision or path that unfolds before you basically pulls you back to that direction. And that's the idea, I guess, that governance can be just governance, and that it's up for the individuals to decide really how impacted they are. That most of us need, like you said in the beginning, limitations or some sense of protocol. And so I get the feeling like maybe you have to play that role in some situation, or you have to at least honor or acknowledge that someone needs to be in that role.
Well, like I said, when I read the Lenormand, it's usually this card informs that card. So I'm looking at it and saying to myself that some person, is going to make a decision. But I like what you did here in equating it with the devil, because first off, I just thought this whole idea of the decision related to the devil, but the horns, the devil, I see that. And so I do think this relates to this, that some decision that's being made will feel limiting to some. And I just feel like there's some kind of conflict. I know, like, for example, in your workplace recently, you discussed things that kind of iron themselves out. But I'm wondering if it's this or something else that's going to rear its head here.
Well, if your colleague is somehow involved in that situation or peripheral enough, then I sort of get a sense of that too, that decision that will affect you somehow too, or that how that unfolds, it's bad for the work environment, that thing like that, nobody knows exactly what to say or how to do that. So there may be something with that too. And that actually does seem to pull more into the idea of these, relationships here.
Yeah. Well, interesting. I could see that about that, the colleague in the divorce. Clearly they're going to be setting a new path for themselves. But I do think it could be about that other situation or something. You did say it was kind of dramatic. Maybe the drama's not completely over yet. Or something that comes out of that, may seem to be a little bit troublesome or restrictive. But that's what we're seeing right now, Angel. Good luck with that. You'll have to keep us posted. For sure on this one.
You do have some interesting cards.
So now Sonali, we're going to do, I don't think Sonali's here, but we're going to do Sonali's
The divine
reading.
message that they asked for.
Yeah, and then we're going to go and see if anybody else has came back, and if not, we shall end the show.
Okay, so I'm going to go to the Tarot of the Northern Shadows.
Right.
Get back to that one. Or, in fact, well, I did use it once at least.
There often is something else, isn't there? When is the workplace is not full of drama? Man.
Oh, yes.
Anyway.
At least my patrons are behaving.
And everybody thinks libraries are such a calming, quiet, just tranquil place to work. There is some of that, for sure.
So last night at our party, we were not the only librarians.
Yeah, there's a librarian in our pagan community who was there as well.
She was actually one of the hostess.
But she's kind of in between things now and hovering on retirement.
You're welcome.
So it was interesting talking with her.
And some of that was enforced on her too, because she's
Right.
not even quite as old as you. She's just a little bit younger than you, and now she's had to grapple. She told me that Walsh College is closing.
Right.
Did she tell you
Yeah, I
that?
wouldn't have
Because of
gone
accreditation.
there, but yeah, a certain place she worked
Okay.
is closing, and or it looks to be. I haven't gotten that official really. So why do I feel like Mara right now?
Meaning you want to smack me? Mara likes to smack me, but it's usually
No,
for
Mara
good reason.
reins her husband in when he says things he should not.
Well, you should never be like Mara then. And touche back at you. You actually said another name yourself.
I did, but we brought that name up earlier when we said all the people who were, and it wasn't a business name, with saying that they were closing when we don't have official word of that. So,
Sure.
touche. What do you got?
The Two of Wands or the Two of Rods. Whoops.
Upright this time, which is a good thing. Hey, you're welcome, Angel.
Justice upright.
So this is for you, Sonali. I hope you are able to catch this.
And strength. And you know what, Sonali? We know you've been through some really, really hard and challenging times.
This looks a lot more positive.
It looks like things are stabilizing. You still have to apply a bit of your own energies and support that you can, but you have a keen interest in wanting to get this all rebalanced. And maybe there is something that you can call upon from either other people's decisive abilities or constructive abilities to help you. But in general, it's also too really finding resources and strengths
Gina's
that you
going
need.
to the a barbecue, which you want to go to another one already.
All right, Gina.
Have fun. We had a great time, so I
We
hope
did.
you have one too, Gina. We'll see you soon. Nice song of the day, by the way. Mr. O approves.
She keeps a Moet Chandon in her breath. I'm not good with the
See you
acapella.
soon, Gina. All right, so Sonali, you know what? This is really, really positive. I feel like a sense of balance is slowly going to start returning to you here. You can almost feel it happening or developing, you're waiting for it. You just kind of maybe feel like it, things are going to turn around. And there's going to be some balance restored, and strength is going to be returning, whether it's physical strength from being ill, whether it's just mental and emotional strength coming back. It just feels like you're getting yourself back up on your feet again, either, in a mental, physical, or spiritual capacity here.
You know, something I really forgot to mention too, because all of this is really strongly balance oriented, and with the tweaks of feelings that, you know, it does affect your personal health and other situations. But this is always about, you know, restoring balance. And justice and strength are actually very similar, and in many decks,
in a way, yes,
they actually reverse their
yes,
numbering,
yes,
because their qualities are really corollary of nothing else. They just really are supportive of each other. So Sonali, I think this really means that things are pulling back into the clear for you, and that the right decisions, the right actions are going to be taken, and balance will come back.
It looks really positive, I have to say, Sonali.
Is it me? Okay. Wow. Stork. Ring.
So to me,
It's a total new thing for you.
not to me, to him.
He who waits is lost. I just feel this is magnificent.
We are
Sonali.
so Mercury retrograde today.
This is magnificent, because I really think this is saying that this is more the spiritual feely stuff. This is saying, from a realistic, practical point of view, be prepared for a new opportunity that will bring you a commitment you really want, you know, to do something bigger than yourself, perhaps, kind of magnified by those.
You are, you need to commit yourself to growth now, some new beginnings and change. You know, start looking for a fresh start. You know, this is beautiful. So I feel like, you know, things are going to start working themselves out, and you can finally start tackling something new in your life, bringing some new growth and some positive energy. I think it's very good, Sonali. I'm very happy about this reading, and I hope it holds out for you. So really good luck with that.
Right. We know you've been through a lot of real, you know, harsh times recently, and we do hope that things are better for you. So thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to call out some names who had disappeared, and if you're still here, we'll do a reading for you, and if not, we're going to move to close the show. So there was Lisa G.
Lisa Grieg, or Greg.
There was Deep Shika. And there was Weasel. So if any of you are here, let us know right now. We'll give you a couple minutes. Do you want to make some announcements, Mr. O? While we're
Yes,
waiting?
we hardly talked about anything going on with us. And of course, you know, I must tell you that your wonderful show, Material Matters, was on recently. I can't find the
on
blurb
today,
for it.
as a matter of
This
fact.
morning, and it's good information for the week. It's your weekly tarot keys to success in business, education, and finance. But don't forget to join us next week, possibly on Thursday, for another live action stream here. And on Wednesday, we'll have the Goth Tarot, the short look at the shadow issues in your life and what you can do about them. And then next Friday, or this past Friday, is Oberon's outlook on the emotional exchanges.
Find out what love's got to do with your week ahead.
Oh God, are you going to make me sing again?
No, I'm
Oh,
not. Ah.
oh.
Well, it's really time to end the show then.
You're supposed to ask the musical question.
And like, we are literally right on time. People had disappeared on us, so we didn't go into overtime. Sorry we couldn't read for everybody who were maybe a little impatient or had other things to do. We'll be here Thursday night, so join us then, and hope to see you soon. Take care, everybody. Thanks for spending Sunday with us.
Have a great afternoon.
Bye-bye.